Hello, Bishop GP. How do you stay track with going on all of this? How do you pre-produce all the things you want to chat through? I don't know. I just sit here and it just. It's. Do you think there's plans here? Oh God. You fool. No. No, I don't. Sorry. That might be a surprise. No, I don't plan anything. I'll walk in knowing things I want to talk about, if that's actually something you'll consider. But sitting here and... Do I have notes? No, I just have the thing we took. That's all. So, yeah. A lot of these things, a lot of these behaviours, they keep repeating themselves. So there's a lot of things that you can compare to. And yet again, Mr. Patrick Mazzolo over here with his March 2025 media is producing things, putting on a show, but more specifically, you can see that you got the bee grenade being mentioned here, you got bread, you got pie. Yeah, guys, I think we're having a big March update. It looks like March is also going to be not fat. Well, I mean, it's good. It's content. So yeah, March is going to start off pretty good as well. The player counts probably ain't going down. Actually, probably will here. 118,000 now. No, it's gone up. Okay. But yeah, if we're going to have another big-ish update, I think a lot of people will be appearing for that. I mean, they're always going to appear anyway for a force fight. But when there's more interesting content coming out too, what do you reckon? I think we're going to have another peak player count going over 200,000. So yes, keep an eye on all of these things. But yeah, Bishop, just turn up. You'll listen to Hedge yap about something, and it'll just be on the fly. All right, hello. So, good day, Mr. Fancyorb. The situation here is fine and dandy. Personally, I think it should be time-based rather than money-based. But if it's money-based, Face Punch would probably make some money. Anyway. Personally, I also think it should be about $500 instead of $15. Anyway, let's now quickly talk about manipulations. Steam market's a bit broken at the moment, but that means manipulators can get up to no good without being noticed too much. So let's go ahead and quickly show you a sap skin. We have the Direct Threat Sap. This is a fairly old skin. It's not, what's the word to say? There isn't that much quantity in circulation. Now, before, it was a fairly in-demand skin. If I can recall, this is one of the glow-in-the-dark saps, isn't it? Direct Threat Sap. Does it glow? Can I just quickly remind myself? It's one of the glow-in-the-dark ones, right? Glow. Do you ever aim down a sight? Anyway, it was valuable before, right? Nar. Okay, right, so let's just talk about this. So, there's not many of these in circulation. Still a fairly decent amount. But what happened to this is that a group of people went ahead and bought it out. And let's show you the sales history, because this is the alarming thing. Oh, look at that. Do you see how it just... What's all that about? Well, let's just quickly go and give you a little bit of a history. There was a nice bit of prices going up, as you can see here. But this was sitting at around $40 during 2024. What we randomly see happen is that it just randomly triples in price, quadruples in price almost. Why? Because people made moves. Manipulators jumped in, bought out the majority of the stock. If you own the majority of the stock of a certain skin, you can make it appear to be a lot more valuable. And they did exactly that. By constantly buying out every single one and then putting down fake buy orders, they made this appear to be almost worth $300. Simply with fake buy orders. And if I were to just quickly go over to here, do you see how it just kind of like goes from to boom? Now, it's not super instantly noticeable with this. I could show you another skin very quickly that's even more blatant. So if we quickly go ahead and find out, was it Scrapper? Salvage Sword? Was it Scrapper Sword? They will lay it down with a lot of buy orders. And yeah, they might end up being sold to. Doesn't matter. So as long as they maintain the majority of the stock, they will be the ones that walk away with most of the profit. There you go. Scraptooth. That was it. Let's give you some quick context for Scraptooth Sword. Nobody gave a shit about it. Understood? Cool. Right, let's move on. So anyway, for a very long time, nobody gave a shit about Scraptooth Sword. Back in October 2013, it was selling for barely 90 cents. But very randomly, it starts to slowly go up in price. Now you might sit and say, hell, Hedge, surely that's just interest. No, nobody gave a shit about this. No, there's no good reason to give a shit about this. But for the manipulators, for a skin that Probably doesn't have that much quantity in circulation considering it was accepted 8 years ago. Well, what happened is they could easily just keep pumping up the value, make it appear to be valuable, remove their listings, put them at higher prices, put up more fake buy orders. Look at the amount of buy orders we have here and look how quickly it drops off. Look at that. Does that look normal to you? Does it look normal to see something was $16 and then just immediately drops down to like $5 and then immediately drops down to nothing? Well, this is because it's a manipulation. It's a very long manipulation, but it's proven to be very successful. Now, back over to here. This direct threat sap also went on for a very long time, but we can see the climax. We can see the end game. What do you mean? Do you remember when I sat here and said it reached up to a point where it seems they made it be valuable to a point where it looked as if it was worth $300, right? Do you see that nice big point there? We could go on SCMM.app and we could see who owns the most direct threat saps. Let's go do that right now. Because it shows off the third-party sites, but it also shows off the inventories that can be seen by SCMM.app. And it just so happens, Skinswap has 100 of them. What do you reckon happened to Skinswap, Mr. Fancyorb? Here's the answer. Skinswap is a website where you can exchange skins for other skins, and also Counter-Strike skins. Skinswap most likely didn't do a good enough job to notice that those skins weren't actually worth that price. Now, you notice that it actually went on for a very long time. Well, if they take their time, third-party sites and gambling sites that don't know any better, they won't notice the difference. So, yeah, they took the time, and they went, whoosh, super high price, and then they cashed out on the Skinswap. So we could quickly go to Skinswap real quickly. I can't sign into it because I think you've got to have like a proper account or whatever. But they do appear to collect Counter-Strike skins. So if I were to go ahead and buy... Oh, what do we have? What lovely juicy things do we see here? Because you could be able to trade your definitely actually valuable Rust skins for, actually genuinely valuable Counter-Strike skins and whatnot. They fleeced them. They tricked the bot. They grabbed what they could and they fucked off. And as you can see, after they did that, they did the trade. Do you see how it just dramatically drops down in price? It was never worth $300, Fancyorb. That was a pump. That was a manipulation. It was all a trick. So when we go back over to here and see this Scraptooth sword, it seems very weird to see it happen. But now you've just seen an example of what could happen next. Has it actually happened yet? Well, let's go over to here. Let's quickly go look up that Scraptooth sword. Let's go see what the details for that look like at the moment. Scraptooth, show yourself. Do we see any third-party sites? No, because they've been cleaned out. Do we see any over here? No, not yet. But Skinswap, you better update your little system for checking up on the prices, because you've been tricked once, and I wouldn't be surprised you get tricked again. So yeah, there you go. The long con. But it works. And they've succeeded already, right? So... there's always some sort of manipulation going on, but it usually starts off with a buyout. And that right there can be seen literally March time 2024. For what good reason would a $40 skin randomly go all the way up to about 110, 120? Something not legitimate. So there you go. You've just been informed of what manipulations are. And considering... with this idea of, if you have a certain value of, if you have a certain amount of skins that are worth at least $15, doesn't seem like it's good enough. And they could bump it up to $50 and $100. Same things can still happen. It's not like Facepunch can regulate the Steam market and they can regulate like who buys what and whatnot. They can't really. So I don't think this is going to work. If they did it time-based, only people with 500 hours can go on the premium servers. Personally, I think that's better. Now, you could sit and say, can't accounts just sit there and idle? They could, but it takes a lot of time. But with money, a lot of people probably just take the quick route, like spend money and whatnot. And Facepunch still gets paid, and probably they want that. So, hey, I don't know what would be the better option in regards to what goes on with this, but it would not surprise me in the slightest if they do change this over time. That is my expectation. I don't think it's going to be a first-time lucky type of situation. I think it's going to probably end up being like I don't know, some sort of special pass system. I don't know if you have to pay for it, if you have to have a certain amount of people. Maybe you need to get verified. Maybe FacePunch have verified servers. You have to be a good boy for a year or something. I don't know. But cheats are still going to be prevalent. It's unfortunate, but they're still there. But we are still seeing a lot of people playing. But when there's even more people playing, there's probably going to be even more cheaters. Oh dear, oh dear. So, a lot of accounts of third-party sites have hours on the account. Some accounts have over 1,000 hours and higher. They are more expensive, though. Yes. So, as Mr. Hobo said earlier, this stuff goes on in Counter-Strike and Ark, you know? In Counter-Strike, you had to pay a $15 pass just to be able to take part in Ranked, which is perfectly fine. You still get cheaters, though. You think $15 is enough to stop people? Maybe the kids, but not the adults that, you know, just relish in making other people miserable because they ain't got much going on in their own lives. And in Ark, I don't know enough about that, but as I'm aware, the problems we see in Rust also affect Ark, and they haven't really done that much better either. So, yeah. CS has a lot of bot farmers in LATAM. It's got a lot of bot farmers regardless, mate. It's got a lot of bot farmers regardless. Imagine we got people actually, like, farming skins in Rust. You can't really do that because they do it periodically, like every month, don't they? You can't sit there forever and go, oh, I hope it's my turn now. No. Just play the game and you just get lucky. You might get something valuable, like a high quality bag or something. That's the best thing I've ever got. You can get up to a tempered AK, or you just get a generic shirt or beanie hat. Right. So we'll see what progresses from here. But honestly, Alistair, I don't think that's going to be enough. But that probably needs to be a learning experience. And maybe they're doing this on purpose to see how people react to it. But yeah, I am expecting a lot of manipulations. But I thought you could assume a lot of skins will be going up in price because of that. But yeah, probably not with good reasons behind them. But yes, you would expect probably a lot more skins being purchased from Rust stores. That's more specifically what I am expecting. So, you see this here today? I could just go buy like 20 of those. And you know what? As I said with the hammers just a minute ago, they do look like they're going to do a good job of retaining their price. Or you look at the hoodie and pants with the possibility of boots and gloves on the horizon. They could spike a price. You could buy them and then they go up a price and then you sell them. But this is another thing. What happens if when you're playing on the server and then randomly the value of your skins drops down, it goes below $15? Is it going to kick you? It's going to go, we've noticed that you're poor. Please leave. Goodbye. I mean, what? Oh, no. Maybe it's like a monthly thing. We can confirm you're not poor. You may pass. Well, all right. But, you know, as I said, as we've kind of made the point by now, it can be bluffed. It can be tricked. They're tricking third-party and gambling sites. I can't help but assume they'll trick whatever automated system Rust would probably have. So, FacePunch, I think this might need a little bit more time. Yeah. People I know spend $100 to $2 a month on that stuff. Yeah, people are already spending money on skins. This isn't new. This isn't going to change that much. No. Yeah. You should have to pass the Turing test to play it. You should pass a psychological exam just to make sure that you're not too crazy. But you still have to be reasonably crazy just to make sure that it's going to be fun if you're there. So, you know, that's just saying. Right, okay, so I think that's a perfectly fine roundup. And you know what? Maybe that probably becomes a video now. Silver capture to join the server. Probably. Alright, cool. So, yep, it's been another video yapping about manipulations. But, yeah. So as long as the Steam market looks like that, and remember, it's affecting Counter-Strike, TF2, Dota, exactly the same. Normally, with the front page of the Rust Steam market, it will show the skins that have been pretty popular in terms of sales within the past hour. And, you know, if a random skin that gets no attention throughout all the year suddenly gets a big buyout, because, you know, beginning of a manipulation, yeah, that would appear on the front page, and you'd instantly notice something fishy is going on. You can't see that right now, can you? And with what's just been announced by Mr. Alistair, tentatively speaking, it could still be changed. Everything is always subject to change. Yeah, I think the manipulators are going to probably put their fingers in some more pies at the moment, considering the pie update soon. So, yeah. Shut up, Hedge. I know. But, yeah, at least you're aware. So, always keep an eye on your inventories as well. Random skins are always getting bought out. Random skins are always looking pretty valuable here and there. And, well, naughty reasons, at least this time, it seems. Right. So, that, yeah, Sosnik, we can talk about that in a bit. So, Daemon Strike and Rubber Hazmat. All right, we'll go give this one a quick look then. I was hoping to finish it, but I guess we could show off another thing just to see how that's currently holding up. And, well, the barders look pretty good there. They are more well built up. There we are. That doesn't look like manipulation. That looks like it's just soured and went... Rubber Hazmat, though. Go on there, I'll give that a good look. Rubber Hazmat. How you doing, buddy? This is old. There's not many of the... Okay. Oh, no, it's not rubber. Hazard. I mentioned hazmat a lot earlier. I have a problem. I'm sorry. No. I don't... I think you got it the wrong way around, Mr. Sosnik. That's not manipulation. That's depression. That's depression. Last bump was from Hedge. Was it? Well, that would be different then. So, here's how this works. YouTube was influential, right? It could go either way. William says he really likes a certain garage door. That being the ramen garage door. He uses it, he likes it, he mentions it. Yeah, sure, he's mentioned it, but still, people see it in his videos like, oh, I've got to buy that too. I love William. And then what happens to the ramen garage door? Oh, you know, it went from like $3 to... Well, let me just show you the history. Can you see specifically when the William videos came out? June 22, 2024, and it appears to have been some point around July next month as well. So yeah, go look up his videos now, and you'll probably find that's when those videos were with the garage door. Now, alternatively speaking, with Fishkins, you had Spoonkid just constantly making videos using it, but then he was also making tweets saying, "Oh hey, yeah, I just bought hundreds of these. I'm gonna be rich now." Well, that's been a little bit more blatant. That's quite literally using your influence to influence others to buy in as well. Like, I could do that right now, but I don't, because then people... Well, number one, that would pretty much tarnish my reputation. But, no. It wouldn't be a natural, genuine, valuable thing. Like, that would be pretty much like a pump and dump. Like, hey, everybody, go buy this, and I'd dump it, and I'm like, oh no, it went down the price, oh, what happened? Oh no, oh dear. No, that's malicious, that's naughty, and I don't do that. No. No. Plus, I already have far enough, more than enough skins, so. But yes, he did tweet that out, and I think, I do believe I've made a video talking about that anyway, so. But yeah, it's just a tweet, you might say. You know, fair enough. But it is different in how William did it and how Spoonkid did it. And that's just a one-time thing. You are correct. But he did do it. But yeah, you know, I'll sit here and say, I bought this, I bought that. But I try my best now to only point it out after I've done it. And like when the skins are out of the rust door. So, yeah. But when things do look very good, and we've just done some abnormal barders, you know, there's justification behind some of these things sometimes. So this is currently in the roster at $2, but we see the barders going all the way up to about $1.80. It stops at about $1.60. That is me, though. You might sit there and say maybe, especially considering the boots and gloves that potentially might appear tomorrow, or the week after that. There's some justification, but that doesn't seem to be super definitively looking like it's going to be perfectly fine. We've had skins before that did. I mean, the fridge, like from 2 weeks ago, with the Valentine's batch. Let's go take a look at you. What are you? Love cart. Just type in cart, you'll find it. And there you go. Lovely balloon cart. That had barders going all the way up to $2. It was on the Rust store at $2. So, yeah, this is why we do have normal barders. You've only got 8 listings. Fridges. Speculators have jumped in and bought all of them out. Because with that brand new cooking update potentially next week, fridges are going to become a necessity. And there's going to be a lot more justification to own skins. So people noticed, the investor jumped in, the speculation is very, very strong, and yeah, they've effectively made it happen already because they bought out everything. Anything that's a fridge, basically. But in theory, you should also anticipate even more fridges being produced in, you know, the workshop and potentially being accepted. Like next week, I can't be surprised if we see a fridge skin in that Rust store. for the March Force wipe, if we are getting the cooking update then. Alright, you know, that's enough. I think I've yapped too much. Like, I don't want to go too much of a different tangent. But yes, manipulations aren't genuine interest. But with like that fridge over there, with the justification behind the changes that are going to happen to fridge, it's a necessity because food's going to rot. You're going to need to keep food refrigerated. That's genuine interest there. That's like a actual reason behind it. But manipulation's just, we bought it out and we're making it appear to be that valuable price, rather than people actually wanting to buy said skin to use it and enjoy it. That's the difference. Cool.